Oh, happy Monday, friends.
Oh, happy Monday.
What's going on? Here comes the theme music.
Oh.
Orange Oracle. We have been watching his exploits and reveling in the spiritual wisdom ever since.
Yes, come hop on the large revel that is the Garfield spider-hating, lasagna-loving tarot card that it is, and ride off into the sunset with us.
This is Mystic Lasagna. Oh boy.
Yes.
Reveling, I think I was not sure what word was going to come out of my mouth. Clearly,
It was good though. It's very Christmassy almost, you know.
I think
We're
that's where it
reveling
came
in the
from. We
season.
have
Yeah.
a big Christmas.
Yeah.
A big Christmas tradition in this home is to listen to revels music, which is something that my wife inherited from her family, and it's like medieval madrigals. It is very like, hey ho, the Christmas tree, and the we're coming down from the. It's ridiculous.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's very
incredible.
very Slavic. Makes me feel like I'm in the woods and wilderness. Paul, how are you doing on this fine Monday?
Pretty good. I also have a Christmas tradition of kind of getting in the back of like 12 like revel scooters and sort of being kind of like a Santa Claus. So, and I say on like Jim,
on number
Sarah,
432, on number 798, on number 32, on 4.
Yeah, it's great. We all have the helmets. Sure. It's fantastic. Dangerous, but fun. Yeah.
Well, we're joined by our good friend Emily Walsh today, co-host of Yeet the Rich and Alone at Lunch, and an excellent stand-up comedian. Good morning, Emily.
What's up, Emily? Thanks for coming on.
Do you have happy to be here.
Any revelish Christmas traditions you're looking forward to at this time of the season?
I was trying to think, and I don't have any revelish traditions on the top of the dome, but I do have a fun story because we just got our Christmas tree upstate. We were up for the day, and my husband, for some reason, was like, I'm going to wrap it in this black tarp. And then the way that he tied it, it looked like a dead body. Like it had feet and a head. Like it was just absolutely just throwing around a dead body. I was like, we're gonna get home to Queens in the dark, and people are gonna think we're just casual murderers.
Nobody takes their dead bodies back into Queens. Usually they're going.
No,
that's fair.
You take your dead bodies from Queens to your upstate property.
Yeah. Someone, it's like you have a flat tire. Someone rolls down their window. They're like, "You forgot to drop it off. You forgot." You're like,
"You did the wrong."
On top of the car.
You forgot your body's still there.
Yeah, go back. But
go
literally
back to the
just
woods.
Was like cinched, and the feet shape was big. Like it really looked like a body. I was like, we did it. We did it.
It was
so
us.
Good.
Well, I don't want to blow any of our minds too early on a Monday morning, but all Christmas trees are dead bodies.
Yeah,
we are murdering living beings to celebrate the return of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Yeah.
We have family coming to visit for Christmas. First time hosting Christmas in like 10 years, and my cousin is bringing his 4-year-old. So I'm like, I gotta do a good job. I gotta be, I want to create a memory. So I was like, we gotta get a good tree. I'm going a little overboard, but it's gonna be fun.
That's amazing. How much like your mother have you become?
Honestly, a little more than I feel comfortable with.
Very nice.
If I'm being honest, like she. At Thanksgiving, she made a turkey dessert that was like the base was an Oreo, and then it was corn. What are the corn candies?
Candy corn.
Oh my god! I thought we were doing the Oreo and corn pie, and I was like,
no.
Is there what in the Midwest America?
Oreo the back, and then the candy corns were the feathers of the turkey.
Beautiful.
And then it was one of those Lindt chocolate circles was the body of the turkey.
Of course.
Yeah.
And then I forget what the head was, but it was like a 1,000-calorie turkey treat. And I remember being like, okay, that's a little extra, but my mom is a little extra. Isn't that fun? And then 2 days ago, I was sending like ridiculous baking treat videos to my husband being like, maybe this? Maybe we do this?
Yes, it's ingrained.
It's there. There's definitely some brownies that are going to look a little like pine cones with some powdered sugar coming your way.
Hell yeah.
It's not hard to get
that.
Things in the shape of snowmen and Christmas trees, which is nice. Like
you
can really just be like brownies, but Christmas.
Yeah, sprinkle.
But it's also the 4-year-old's actually turning 4 on Christmas Eve. So I have to make two different things because I want Christmas Eve to just be his birthday. Like I gotta make a birthday treat that's like we're not, because that sucks. And I don't even know if he realizes how much it sucks yet because he's only 4. But
it'll kick in about this year, probably.
Probably. Yeah.
I had a cousin with a birthday the 26th, and every year it was just like, well, get one present from everybody.
Yeah. And here's the batteries for the present is your Christmas present.
Yeah. Well, it also gets so extreme too when you're at the age where like Christmas is like your only option for getting things.
Yes,
you're like,
I can't go out and buy it.
Yeah, I'm
a child. I'm a 6-year-old child.
And also, then it's like, are you getting a super soaker for Christmas? Like, you can't get it for your June birthday,
right?
So when are you getting your water guns?
Yeah, that's so true.
90s kids
things
remember.
That matter. Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, my birthday was in January, so I had the that problem, the like super soaker problem. Yeah, for sure.
Slip and slides.
I had the late January, so it's great. About the time that whatever one video game we'd gotten for Christmas, the novelty wore off. Bam!
You could update.
We had another one. And my brother's early November, so it was really nice. We had a 1/4 of the year. It was like video game, right when we needed them. Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah. That helps you get through. My mom's birthday is also the end of January. And so it's like whatever item I forgot to get her, she's like, oh, well, now you can. And I'm like, okay, you're right.
And it's on sale.
Exactly.
Alternatively, you can see what she liked too, right? Like you can throw some spaghetti at the walls for us like early Aquariuses. You can like just huck some spaghetti at the wall on Christmas and then be like, okay, well, he dug that. More of that.
Yeah. My husband's birthday is 2 weeks after mine, which I love because he sets the tone of what we're spending. Like I get my birthday and then I can be like, oh, I overdid it or I underdid it or what if I need to get one more thing, whatever it is. Like I can match the tone more easily.
God, that sounds awesome.
Perfect. It's so hard to do.
I'm always outdone on Christmas.
It's a nightmare. And once you're with you both know, once you're with somebody for a decade, you're like, what do you even want? How do I give it to you? We just high five and move on.
Yeah.
We're just going totally rogue this year so far. It's nuts.
Nice.
My wife already got me a goldfish ornament for the Christmas tree because I like goldfishes, like the crackers so much.
They're so delicious.
Yeah, so she's just like starting it off, just throwing shade. It's gonna be a fun Christmas.
Amazing.
Competitive ashy Christmas makes me really happy.
Yeah.
What's the opposite problem of the 6-year-old, right? And this like, I'm fucking grown. If I want a super soaker, guess what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna get on the internet and get my ass a super soaker, and I'm gonna fucking shoot all of y'all from 50 feet away with pump action,
double barrel pump action,
double barrel 100 super soaker 100 fucking power.
Yeah, that's right. All it takes is like a couple beers and Amazon late at night, and it's in your house the next day.
You buy yourself Christmas gifts all the time. Yeah,
Drunk Alex is Santa Claus all year round, baby. Yeah,
I literally very small version of this. Last night was the first time I had been drunk, like actually drunk in a year or two. Like I just got one of those escalation nights where you're like, whoops, I had to go to CVS to pick up a prescription. I decided I had to do that at 10 p.m. on my way home.
Oh no, you didn't see that.
And then I was in
TV
CVS and I was like, no, it wasn't that bad, but it was just but I was like, I need the break and bake cookies. I need some Skittles. Like I kind of just like
they've got it all
rogue with the snacks because they're there, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Buy them.
That's so
true.
With your adult money.
Enjoy them.
Oh man, yes. Oh man. Well, God, what a lovely start to this very clearly Garfield spirituality podcast.
Obviously,
we're here. We're talking about Christmas traditions and family and being grounded,
rituals,
and the holiday and rituals, which is wonderful. But we do. It is a Garfield podcast,
right?
So I do have to ask. It's been a solidly half of a decade since we had you on this show.
Oh my gosh!
Welcome back.
Yes.
The last time we encouraged you to get a dog, I believe he's running around in the room with you right now.
Yes,
we're fully responsible.
Under my desk, but you're fully responsible. We got him like 3 weeks after this podcast. Like it was like
amazing,
done and done. So Buckley has you to thank. And when I'm mad at him, I literally say to him, I bought you on Venmo. Like, I need you to shave on Venmo.
Yes. Just remember where you came from.
Remember where you came from. Because he was a full street dog for 2.5 years. Like, he is normally a really grateful little boy, but sometimes he forgets where he came from and is mad that his heated bed isn't plugged in. And I'm like, I bought you on Venmo.
I mean, yeah, all you need is a bunch of bathtub gin and your dog Miss Flanagan. Man, that's intense.
It's true. It's true. Yeah.
Well, Little
He
Orphan
lived a
Annie
life.
joke for everybody.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
I will kick you right back out on the streets, dog. Don't you forget.
Don't you forget it.
Well,
no, he's my precious prince.
Oh, I mean, listen, I follow you on all the socials. I see that dog a lot.
Yeah. He's a prince.
Yes. Well, has Garfield in any way sort of manifested in your life or like been present at all? Like,
speaking of Garfield and Christmas, I recently was just with my mom and my brother, and I won't see them for actual Christmas. And my mom made the turkeys, but we were also kind of doing Christmassy things. And then my brother went to the bathroom or something. He went away for 5 minutes, and my mom was like, well, he really likes Garfield, so I want to get him a Garfield like framed print of like one of the better Garfield cartoons for Christmas.
Yeah.
Which like is great, but I also was like, in my 37 years of life and having a brother, I have never once heard him talk about Garfield. Like, my mom was just like, this is a gift for him. And I was like, okay. Like, I was very surprised, but I was talking about it 2 weeks ago. We were talking about what the most classic.
Does she have it? Has it been purchased?
I have to check in. It hadn't been yet.
Oh my God.
She was having trouble with which one to do. And
rarely am I equipped to help someone this much.
Yeah.
Like,
call your fucking mom now.
Let's get her on the pod. If she knew how to use the internet, I would.
All in.
Just, But yeah, we were talking about it. We were talking about why the big argument we got in was why Garfield doesn't like Mondays, because he doesn't like John Arbuckle, and Mondays are presumably when he's going back to work. He should love Mondays.
Yeah.
Well, there is a theory. There is a concept floating around in the Garfield verse that in fact that's he doesn't like Mondays because it's when John leaves.
Because John
leaves. He does actually love John, and like nothing. Like he doesn't have anybody to fuck with if John's not around. Yeah. John's not there. Like
John is the maker of the lasagnas as well, too.
Why does a cat even? How did a cat even learn they like lasagna? That's my other big Garfield question.
Owner who's desperate for the love of their cat. I mean,
and an origin story in an Italian restaurant. Just a little, just a little though. They're just peppered in. I mean, after the fact,
it started off
though. Yeah,
my dog learned he liked pickles. I was eating pickles.
Pickle.
And he came over to me and was like, "What you eating there, Dad?" And I was like, "Pickles." And also, I love you more than anything. And you're making big eyes at me. He was doing this face. Look, I got my Rudy mug. He was doing this face at me.
Rudy mug.
He was like, "Can I have a pickle?" And I was like, "Sure, bud." And he ate it. And his face looked hilarious. And then he continued to eat it. And I was like, well, you get pickles from now on, because that shit's priceless.
There you go.
You know what I can't buy with like my adult money? The look on my dog's face when he's halfway through a pickle and not sure if he likes it or not every time.
That is pretty beautiful.
Amazing. That's like when they give babies a lemon and they're just like,
yeah. The other thing I like about your mom buying your brother like a print is it's so great that Garfield presents can translate to like adult money now too.
Yeah.
Because that's 100% like that's a classy gift, like an old like drawing of an original Garfield strip. That's perfect.
Well,
a Fat Cat 3-pack for an adult. It's fantastic.
And that is the gift that we were just talking about, the gift where you don't know what somebody needs because you don't need a Garfield print, but it's a good gift if you're excited to put it on your wall and be like, look at my new print. Like,
there's a button, by the way. We get no money. If your mother is listening, there's a button on gawcomics.com. We'll see it in a moment when we go there to like get wisdom for you. That literally just says buy a print of this strip. After you get wisdom from this strip right now,
amazing.
If you like it, you can literally just hit buy, and they're like they know what they're about. Gawcomics.com knows what they're about. They'll just send it to you. I assume. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Amazing. All
I
right.
print
Well, I
them
will
out
give
and
my
tape
mom the
them to
link.
my wall like a
There
child.
you go.
Well, before we do that, the other question we do like to ask, and we were talking about Christmas rituals and stuff earlier. Do you have any? Have there been any like rituals or practices or grounding exercises that you have like been engaging in of late to deal with
The world. I've really been trying to do my morning pages, which is, I know, like
Oh,
a
hell
lot of
yeah.
people kind of go in and out of that. And I've really been trying
Great.
to
I
go
just
on
love the way you said go in and out of that could be applied to so many spiritual
so
practices.
many, so many
Ah,
things.
man, we're trying to do
Church.
yoga, but going in and out of that.
In and out of that. But yeah, I've been trying to do that, and I've been trying to do which I've really been failing at, but I'm trying to get back into it. And I guess that'll start tomorrow because it didn't happen today. But for a couple months I was doing this and I was really happy with it. I was doing the first hour of the day phone free. Like was not checking anything, wasn't even listening to anything, walking my dog, like literally would wake up, set an hour alarm on my phone, and then start my day. And it was changing my life. And I derailed from it. Yeah, I derailed from it like monstrously, but my goal is to, if not in the next couple of weeks, definitely in the new year, get back on phone free for the first hour of the day.
I love that. I also want to do it on the other end because I just like scroll myself to sleep and it's bad. It's not good.
They say that's like the worst thing ever. I do it every night. I do it every night.
Too.
No judgment.
And it might be bad, but it feels so good.
Yeah, but also eating a bag of gummy bears before you go to sleep feels good too. But like, we would never, because that's insane.
Yeah.
Except that I bought them last night when I drunkenly.
Yeah, except for you, every couple of years you get a pass.
Every couple of years, I wild out in the CVS candy section, and that happened to be last night. But
Skittles flavored gummy bears. Yep.
Exactly. Watch out.
What? Yeah, that sounds incredible.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have taken to like, I walk my dog for maybe 10 minutes, 50, 20 if he's really feeling luxurious and wants to explore. But like, I can't just look at the trees for 20 minutes. Like I will get up and like lay out 20 minutes of entertainment for myself. I'm like, all right, well, let's find a podcast. Let's queue up the latest episode of Eat the Rich. And so I listen to Emily and her husband bum me out about Walmart videos for 20 minutes. Oh, my dog finds a place to shit. And like, I could look at a squirrel.
Yeah, it's hard, but it also like shows you your level of addiction, because if you pick up your phone while you're still in bed and the first thing you do is ignore all the notifications and set that hour alarm and then just sit in the discomfort, because I have a real bad problem. I wake up, I go through all the notifications, I spend 5-10 minutes in a Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and then I put a podcast on before I even get out of my bed. I'm like, all right, let's listen to something. Can't
walk
be alone with my thoughts. No,
exactly. Yes.
Can't be bored while I drink a glass of water, which is psychotic. So, and I always, every time I really feel it in my bones, this addiction, I think to myself, like, when you're visiting family, you don't need to listen to a podcast. When you're traveling, you don't need to listen to this thing. Why are you so psychotic in your own home? And so that is like what I'm currently grappling with. But the hour a day, give it a shot.
And I've done this. How insidious is this? I've convinced myself that it's work. I'll get up and I'll be like, all right, I've got all these notifications. I got to see what's going on TikTok. Oh, look, some auditions. All right, I better see what's on Actors Access. This is work. I'm doing work. And like, meanwhile, it's like, I think literally this morning we were like messaging about this podcast and my ass was in bed, and I was just like, like
social media as work is such a psychotic thing that we all indulge in, where I'm like, I need to know the trends.
Exactly. And the memes. What's the hot meme right now?
And really all I'm looking for is a baby eating a lemon for the first time.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know why we're all trying so hard.
Puppies in sweaters, etc., etc.
All I want.
Yeah.
See how many let's rate these doggos. Fuck yeah. Oh man. Well,
that's beautiful.
I think it's probably about time for us to head on over to gawkamics.com. Don't y'all think?
Let's do it.
Sure.
Yeah.
I tell you what I have to do is pull up gawkamics.com. Yeah. Beautiful. Did Alex prepare Did he get his screen share ready to go? Nah, he didn't. He was in bed. Great job, buddy.
Looking at stuff. It's a
Yeah.
Monday morning. We got to give ourselves a little.
Yes,
credit.
this podcast, if nothing else, is all about grace.
Yeah.
Giving ourselves the grace to just sort of hang out, be here. This is going to be a horrible thing to look at right when I bring it up, and I apologize. Oh, no, we got it. We're good. There we are. Garfield by Jim Davis.
Oh, look at that.
All right, here we go. We're not going to look at that one, but I will say, if this is just for your mom, bam.
I have print.
Yeah.
It is right
button.
there.
Yep.
You can see, and if you want to know how popular they were, right there. This is the best one.
There you go.
It's all laid out. You can get on Facebook and share it on Facebook and see if your friends
read through the comment threads on this one comic strip.
Yeah, get people's input on this. I love it. I love it.
Snaps to Gakamics for not bowing to Elon's nonsense. But yeah, well, do you have somewhere that you are looking for wisdom in your life right now? As
yes.
We prepare.
Yes. Okay. So last time I was here, I said, should we get a dog? And I remember you guys being like, that is a really big question to be asking Garfield, etc. This is a big, big topic. I am going to up the ante this week.
Yes.
Are you ready?
I am. I think I know it's coming because your solo show's about.
Yeah. Are we having a kid, Garfield?
Yes.
Are we having a tiny angry kitten that eats lasagna?
Parallel to the dog.
Oh God.
Yes.
Well, Paul, now depending on the answer to this question, Paul, we have to keep this podcast going for at least 18
we do.
years.
We do.
It's true.
Yes.
Oh, holy shit. All right. Well, let's get into it.
Go. Yeah.
I feel like I've really got to ground myself for this one. We got to really take a second.
What if it's just a big, what if it just says no? What if it's just like, like, okay, I'm ready.
Garfield's like, I'm going back to sleep.
Okay. All right. I prepared myself. Ready?
Let's do it.
Random comic. All right.
I'm like stressed in a way.
I know.
This is when you go to like
high stakes stuff right now. There's a deer involved.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well,
December 11th, 2003.
The first word is yes. So I'll say that.
Yep.
Right now. The first word that you're getting is yes. And it is December 11th, 2000. Fuck me. It's December 11th right now, is it not, friends?
Oh, wow.
20 years ago today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, dang.
Where were we when? Yeah. Fully. Which I'm not sure if this has ever happened before in the 5 or 6 years of doing the show, that we've pulled one up that it's like on the day. So like, I think that's big grounding energy right there. Like that's pretty intense. So let's just
Do you think I'm already pregnant? Is that what you're saying?
That's basically what we're trying to say.
Yes, you're so strap in. It's happening.
Oh boy.
Get ready.
Yeah, you got Garf immaculately concepted. It was the Immaculate Conception like 2 days ago. How drunk were you?
You know what? Yeah, it's true. Oh man.
What happened at CVS?
Okay.
So much, honestly.
So, all right. So we've got John on the phone. That's big.
Red telephone too.
Red telephone. So like the direct line to a big tower. That's huge. And also we talk about portals and with sort of like 4 suits in the show, right? We approach portals, food, and adversaries and toys. And the phone's always a portal. Like it's very much like information coming down from like a large source. Okay. And he's I like that he's on the red phone to like the Kremlin.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yes, I see. Thank you. Goodbye. He says, annoyed and mad. Second panel. John puts down the phone, turns off stage and says, that was the mall. And then we pull out, here we are on the infinity table in a big space. So I do like that we're not like, your answer's not going to be so grounded. We're in a big liminal space here, right? It's a big open space where we can play. We're on the infinity table. We're in like just a big like mauve background here. You are no longer welcome at Santa's Happy Hollow. And
Garfield is here with a beard.
The
In a
Very
Santa
clearly
beard.
straight from Santa's Hollow. And then responds with Fink elves. Which is such an old school, like, weird insult.
Yeah. Is that
right?
like tattletale? Like, are they saying that
Yeah.
he stole Santa's beard and the elves tattled on him?
Yes,
Like,
I think
that-
so.
yeah.
I believe that
they're
is the
snitches.
implication here
Yeah.
that Garfield has stolen Santa's beard and has come back and has been betrayed by the elves who maybe helped him do it. If they're Finks, like your dirty
Yeah.
rotten Fink
Yeah.
is a very like stool pigeon adjacent, right? Like
Yeah.
those Finks turned me in.
Yeah.
They turned me over to the coppers.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Snitches get stitches kind of vibes here from Garfield a little bit.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
So the big thing that I'm getting in regards to like having a kid is that like you're gonna constantly, every time you ask that question, especially when you're like throwing it big out into the universe, looks like right now what you're getting from the phone is like, well, if you do, this is the kind of shit you're gonna have to put up with.
Your kids are gonna break into Santa's
Yeah.
Happy Hollow potentially.
Yeah,
Yeah.
think about that level of like disruption in your life.
Yeah,
and,
they're gonna be real little rascals, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. They're gonna cause some shenanigans. I feel this way too. I feel like we're all kind of, in that same age right now, all not having children as well. So all we can really do is kind of contemplate, like, I've seen friends that are like relatively chill, have kids, and then they they become unlocked to the point where they're like, oh, I can't brush my teeth for 5 hours because I have to be holding this child until they
Right.
go to bed. And just like you can see the reality like grabbing them a little bit. And I think that goes along with what you're saying, Alex, that there's like they're gonna steal Santa's beard.
and
It's
like
gonna happen.
it's
And you're not
stuff
gonna know.
that you
Yeah.
cannot really prepare for.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes,
exactly.
unpredictable things coming at you. That makes sense.
You can
Yeah.
imagine it, but yeah, you
Well,
can't prepare. Yeah.
Can I ask Emily what just like what are the roadblocks for y'all for like having the kid?
Honestly, like my own autonomy, like
Okay.
just being
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all of
Freedom.
the roadblocks are being put up by me. None of them are for the most part, none of them are my husband, although I will say he watched me do my solo show, which is about whether or not we're gonna have a kid partially. 25 days in a row in Edinburgh. He ran the light board, so he's really he's really gotten it. And we did leave, and he was
He's
like,
really gotten it.
he's really gotten it. And we left, and he was like, honestly, I don't know if we should. That sounds hard. Before that, he was like gung ho, but was like, but it's your decision, whatever.
Yeah.
The weirdest way to talk your spouse out of having a kid, drag their ass to Scotland and scream at them for a month.
Yeah. Just do the light board. Just do the light board. Trust me.
Yeah. No big deal.
That's all you need to do.
No big deal. Your views of the patriarchy will be rocked by the time this is over.
Yes.
Honestly, it's more of a wishing I had more time in life. Like I didn't start comedy till a few years ago, at 31, much later than a lot of people. And I just feel like I haven't gotten all of those years out of like absolute pure hustle that you can't really do while you're also raising a kid. So it's just like in a perfect world, I could do both, or my aspirations wouldn't involve being out every night and being, whatever. But it's just it's a scary thing. Plus, like the world is terrible, all that stuff.
There's also that small
the world's
point.
always been terrible. You know
the
what I mean?
world's always been terrible. That's kind of my.
Like,
that's a good argument, actually. I love that argument.
Like things were great in 1983 when my mom got knocked up. Like, no, everybody was on cocaine, and the Middle East was on fire, and Israel was the problem, and like. Yeah, and who was the president? Fucking Reagan was about to get elected. Like, come on, like nothing was like chill. And my parents were both teachers, so they weren't like financially super stable. Like there's never going to be that there is always that, right? Like every time I have this conversation, and I know like Paul and I have been talking, we're all three of us sort of in this like Well,
moment.
my career seems to be taking off, and I
Yeah.
don't want to have the fucking phone ring all the time. That's like, your kid's sick. Your kid needs this. You got to go to work because your kid needs food. Your kid stole Santa's face. Like, I don't need that.
Yeah. Basically.
But at the same time, like, I will say this also. I don't know if anyone's stand-up comedy has ever suffered for having a kid. I think that more material seems to come from that.
Yeah,
that's
true. And so many people have kids that I will say, I've been talking about whether or not we were going to do it on stage for like 2 years now, and people get frustrated with me. They're like, just do it. Stop talking about it.
Yeah.
Stop.
We're ready for the next step. Yeah.
We're stop this hand wringing. Like,
Ali Wong wouldn't be famous if she stopped being pregnant. Like, she has to be pregnant to do a special.
At this point now, she has to wait until the moment.
It's in the contract.
She's gonna burst.
Yeah. If I saw her do stand-up comedy and she wasn't pregnant, I'd be like, boo. I mean,
but honestly, that timing makes sense. I know that they've like, it's fun to like shit on all these other women that have also done pregnant specials because she kind of created the mold, but it makes fucking sense because you're gonna have to take 3 or 4 months off of like really hustling. So it makes perfect sense to be like, here's my album or here's my recording, and now I'm gonna take a little step back and keep this person alive.
Yeah,
for
sure.
I'll see you in a little bit.
I also really love like the idea of you working towards your like fucking over it suburban mom sitcom. Like, you just like your kid screaming at you while you're trying to make fucking turkey cake out of Oreos so that your mom like approves of you. Like, come on, dude. Like, you'll get at least like 6-episode pilot out of that. You'll get more episodes than Bill Engvall got. And
plus, like the whole thing of my husband being the mom is a big part of the sitcom.
So
brand.
good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you just always in flannel and like with a tool belt on, Emily the tool man Walsh, and like
and just mad and just like, why do we need to get him another outfit? They don't remember.
He's got a shirt.
Like,
what does he need another shirt for?
Yeah, he's like, but he needs his first Christmas onesie. And I'm going to be like, he's got another onesie.
Oh, my God. And just Danny running around in like aprons that say cute shit on them all the time.
He literally has an apron that says Buckley's Bud on it. That's his apron.
Hell yeah.
Who got him that?
Ready to go.
My mom.
Oh boy, is she angling for some shit there.
Oh, she's got real goals there.
Yeah, you can name your kid anything, and she's gonna find a word for friend.
She's gonna
that goes
put
with
it
that.
on an apron.
That's the gateway apron right there.
Gail's guy, Frank's friend, Trudy's tutor. Oh yeah, just keep going. Like your mom's ready to go. She's just got a word file.
Oh, 100%. It's gonna be branded as hell. It's gonna be great.
Oh, so like, there you go. Like, you get like, I think that's the end of this. Like, so at the beginning of this, like intellectually, right? We also talk about how the panels go like intellectual heart movement through the world, right?
Yeah.
So it's like
emotional.
Your head, your heart, and then like dealing with it is the like progression of the like a 3-card tarot spread and how we tend to read these. So like the first thing you're getting right off the bat, yes, I see. Thank you. Goodbye. I think that's like really interesting. Like those 4, yes, I see. There will be consequences. Thank you, the universe. I fucking know. Goodbye.
Like,
goodbye. The world sucks. Like, I'm gonna do it anyway.
2 years of 2 years
still.
of like every time you ask it, like this is your friends getting frustrated with you. Like just do it. Yes, I know. I know.
Thank you.
There's no way for me to know until I do it. Yes, thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
And then in your heart, it's like that was your past life. That's all the potential called. They're gone now.
Yeah.
That was all the other paths that might have been the kids.
Go forward. Yeah.
And
what's the consequence? What's next?
Yeah. And like, that's, I think, a hard thing for me personally about that is because like it's been a hard thing for me as an entertainer who like can play music and likes to podcast and likes stand up and likes acting. And like, I'm like, I just gotta pick. Like I keep dipping a toe in too many things instead of like, because I want all of the lives instead of the one life, which is Don't be an actor, kids, when you grow up. It's bad. Too many people in my head. And
I don't know if you guys ever had anybody say this to you in any kind of educational setting, but my previous life before I did comedy was also an unreliable thing. I studied to be a scenic designer, design scenery for film and TV and theater. And multiple stages of my life, I've had adults say, if you can do anything else and be happy, you should do that. Yep. And I never got it. I was so resentful of that. I was like, what a shitty, uninspiring thing to say. But it's unbelievably correct. Like, if you can have a content life, having a quote unquote normal, reliable job, and just spend your evenings like watching movies and making dinner with your partner or going to see your friends or walking your animal and not having an existential.
Yes, that's.
Oh, did we lose Emily?
Oh no.
Yeah, she's
the truth
back.
was too powerful. It's true though.
Oh,
it's
did I go?
Yeah. You got too raw.
The truth was too powerful. Yeah.
It honestly, the rant was too much. The internet said, "Fucking cool your jets, girl." But
no, I mean that's I work.
I'm
part-time at a restaurant at the moment because I'm in between, the passion stuff, and like I keep having to tell myself like, stop being frustrated with people for not hating being here. And I have to like tell myself that like the guy that I work with, who's 56 and a grandpa and totally happy to live his life and be here, like, and just tend bar and live his life and do his thing and like have his kids. It's the Jerry from Parks and Rec, right? Like it's the like, like that person is living a beautiful life, and you get so, especially when you're in the like, I'm gonna make it grind. Like it gets so easy to be like, how the fuck are you so chill about just standing here making drinks for assholes? And then I'm like, wait a minute, just adopt that while you're here. Just like be cool and
be grateful, be chill.
I have this thing where like I imagine a lot of like, accountants are like dreaming of when they can dance, but I'm here like actually
a lot of them are not.
A lot of them are not.
Most of them are like just accounting.
Yes, most of them are just accounting, and then I think I find
looking at their retirement funds.
It's like just growing every day, literally every day.
They found a thing like my wife is like an artist, like she's like is an internationally like ranked and constantly performed and sought after barbershop singer, and that's like the thing that she does, and she does it a lot, and it takes up a lot of her time, but she has never expected to make a cent or gain a fan or worry about putting up fucking TikToks or anything. She just goes to and sings with her choir every Thursday night, and like it's joyful for her. And I am jealous of that in a lot of ways. I wish I could just play my guitar in my room, but I'm like, anytime I do anything that I think is cool, I'm like, people gotta see this shit.
I gotta make content. Yeah, exactly. I think this is algorithm worthy. Well, I also sometimes end up fantasizing about just spreadsheeting too, which I think is like the invert. I'm like, I'm done with all this artistry. I would like to just sit down and just spreadsheet for a little while. Maybe. I don't know.
Organize.
Yeah.
I feel it sometimes.
I get that vibe myself for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think I don't know how you feel, but like it feels like John, like Garfield thinks you should. Garfield thinks it's worth it. Garfield likes the idea of like you in your fucking tool belt trying to fix the lawnmower while your husband walks out with an apron on, and like your like lunatic child is wearing the next door neighbor's wig that he just keeps stealing.
That is accurate. Feels like an accurate prediction of 5 years from now.
I mean,
and it's interesting.
I've heard more boring 5-year plans for sure.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah. Like even within that scenario, Garfield's still stealing beards and having a cohort of elves too. You know?
Right. That are Finks, apparently, which feels like a word I shouldn't say anymore.
I
don't know
right?
why.
Is that it feels like it's bad. It does.
Oh, let me Google. Is Fink racist?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Just feels like it could be.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see this kid in 5 years. She can come on and
Yeah.
tell us all about how it's
I
going.
want to see the aprons as well. Yep.
Oh yes. Yeah. The aprons are they're delightful.
I'm Googling is Fink racist.
Oh, good.
Please do. I need this
this is
information
good.
before I can
We're-
continue my
The
day.
first thing I
Really
got
stuff.
was former BlackRock employees allege racial and sexual misconduct. Fink pledges BlackRock diversity shakeup following. Oh no, Larry Fink is ashamed to be a part of. So Larry Fink may be racist. I don't know if the term is.
The term
the
is,
man,
but-
Mr. Fink.
Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO.
Wow.
How is the CEO of BlackRock named Larry Fink? That's a fucking cartoon, y'all.
That's wild.
Oh no. Oh no.
Whew. Well, somebody has to pass on the knowledge to the next generation too, of like that rich people are bastards, right? So
Yeah.
like, you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
to do that. You have to keep the like hate alive.
Yes. Yeah. We need a tiny child that's just like, eat the rich.
It's morally indefensible to be a billionaire, you son of a bitch.
Landlords should be abolished. Yeah.
Exactly.
They're not providing housing, they're hoarding it and selling it back to you for more than it's worth.
Honestly, that alone is worth it. I had not thought of having like a socialist parrot toddler just like
Yeah.
walking around
Hell
saying
yeah.
things that I agree with. That might be what pushes this over the edge.
I
This
mean-
might be
And you're gonna like send that kid into the public school system and shit too,
Hell
right?
yeah.
Like that's the call
yeah.
you're gonna get is like, yes,
Mhm.
I see. Thank you. Goodbye. That was your school. You're
Yeah.
no longer welcome outside of the Young Republicans meetings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're no longer allowed to disrupt everything and scream and run down the hall waving a flag in the air about
yeah.
whatever cause it is
Yeah.
that week.
Yeah, no more anarchy protests in the middle of homeroom.
It's
Yeah.
true. And if we did have a kid and if it was a girl, I just learned from a friend of mine who's a parent, there is a girls leadership junior high in Astoria that this kid
Oh,
would
hell
definitely
yeah.
go to. And then they're
Hell
just going to
yeah.
be even more of a socialist anarchist delight.
That's
Amazing.
fantastic.
Well,
All
I'm looking forward
It-
to meeting this child and to seeing these aprons really more than anything.
Yeah. I mean, if this podcast, if the prediction that brought me Buckley is any indication, then we'll see. You know,
Worked out pretty well.
Yeah.
worked out pretty
He's
well
up-
the first
he's
time.
Pretty good. Oh,
I can't
man.
wait to come back on in 5 years and be like, should I get a coffee today? Like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Nothing heavy, nothing big. Thinking about changing up the hairdo.
yeah. What should we do? You know, that'll be good.
Man. Well, I mean, this has been lovely and wonderful. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being brave enough to ask Garfield about what to do with your life.
I'll ask anybody at this point.
All right, yeah. If you're willing to scream
yeah.
of the Scotland, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
man. Yeah, please. I think that's the thing too. If you're willing to ask anybody, and everybody has just been like, just do it, just do
Yeah.
it, just do it.
Well, it was funny because
This
we
was
did
the
our
mall.
tips. When you go to Edinburgh, if you want to, you can have a regular ticket or which we did both, a pay what you can ticket. So they come in and they decide when they leave how much they want to pay. So you get cash at the end. And our like tip / pay what you can like receptacle, they want you to just hold this bucket. But we made our own little tins, and one of them had I forget. Danny came up with puns. I wish I could remember what the puns were, but one of them was like "have a baby," and one of them was like "get more dogs," and it was just a
Get
picture
more
of Buckley. And it was so funny because people would tip more to have in a vote, and a lot of older people would be like, "Have a kid, we're gonna put more money into the kid box," and then all these young, drunk Scotland people would be like,
Yeah.
never
Get a
kids.
fucking dog. Yeah.
Go party, 3 more dogs. And so that was like a fun voting system. But we realized halfway through we should have been tallying it every day. We didn't really,
Oh yeah.
like,
Well,
we
you should
should've
just
had
have
a
2
running-
stacks of money at the end of it and be like,
yeah. And be like, all right, this was the
And
indicator.
then you
So
buy that many dogs and that many kids, and you're ready to go.
you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emily, where can anybody listening or watching later find you on the internet? Do you have you are performing? If people want to hear the whole thing, you are performing the show at least one more time, right?
Yes. Dad Girl, which is the show partially about whether or not I'm going to have a kid and partially about the loss of my dad, but I promise it's very funny. It's all stand up. It's called Dad Girl, and I'm doing it with the New York Fringe Festival in April.
Hell
I don't have the performance dates yet, but I'll be promoting it like crazy once I do.
On your socials, which are
Yeah.
what?
I am the Funny Walsh on every platform. The Funny Walsh, WALSH. You can find me literally anywhere that I'm supposed to be making content, whether or not I'm doing it successfully. I have an account. And then my 2 podcasts, one of them is Alone at Lunch, where we talk to people about a time they felt like the odd one out. It's a lot of comedians.
Paul's on it. It's good.
Paul's on it.
Awesome
and then
show.
the other podcast we talked about a little bit with my husband, it's called Yeet the Rich. And we talk about billionaires and why they're the worst. And every week we research a new thing that is a bummer, but I promise we try to keep it as light as humanly possible. But we're very proud of both, so check those out. And thanks you guys for having me.
Hell yeah, absolutely. The Funny Walsh. There's no other Funny Walshes. Suck it, Matt.
That's right.
Get over it.
Get out of there, Matt.
Well, you can follow us at Mystical Zanya on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at RAlexMurray on those things, and also the TikTok. I am also trying to make content, but you know, to what ends.
Same. I'm Pashy. Missing Sock Network, maybe kind of coming back.
Yep, we're here. We're doing it. The Missing Sock Network. Follow us and the other shows. We got a couple other shows coming back. We're rising from the grave. We were going strong during COVID, and then we got tired. And now we're coming back. And Child's Play, got some new episodes of the Child's Play podcast just popped up. Our Christmas Spectacular is coming up. We'll be back here next Monday talking about our annual chat about the Garfield Christmas special with a special guest yet to be announced. Thanks, everybody, so much for watching. Let's see. Till next time. Don't be afraid of chaos.
Ooh, yeah. Run around with the elves.
Steal faces.
Lasagnaste. Steal faces.